Hi everybody, I wanted to do a garden update in our backyard. 2 weeks ago the trees were moved up to the property in Nevada, so this here's what I have left in the backyard that we're still working on. Over in this corner here you can see I've got blackberry bushes growing up on a trellis by the fence line. Last year what I did is I planted two of the shoots that were coming out in these pots. These were the shoots that came in, and now I'm growing new plants on that. So those there will be taken up to Nevada and grown along the fence line. I have some new shoots coming off of one of the plants that I planted here, so that'll come in. There's a lemon tree behind it that I need to prune out. Over here on a bench, I do all kinds of different plants out here. I've got an orchid here. That's the first time I've ever done an orchid. Back here on this side, it's growing out, it's starting to flower. I had it in the house and took it back outside. This here's our roses that are coming in. I got a tree. This is a loquat tree. It was given to me by a friend. It was like 6 inches tall when I planted it, and that's growing up good. I have an oak tree here. Right here, you can see it starting to bud out. This oak tree here is 4 years old. It's been growing, doesn't grow very fast, but it does. There's another blackberry bush here that goes up to these vines. I've got grapevines down below. This here's a blueberry bush. We planted it last year. There's 2 of them. They're starting to grow out. Getting a couple of flowers in here to where they should get some blueberries into it. We have roses. There's a couple of walnut trees back here growing. Here, I'll give you an update on the strawberry tube. The roses are just going crazy. The strawberries that are in the ground here on the dirt, they're growing really, really good. Almost like the dirt, like the water. Here's another little oak tree. And here's the tube. I've got the water level set up right. Got it growing. For some reason, it just... they're starting to grow up. I'm getting some new growth onto it. A little bit here, maybe a flowering there. This one here looks like it's died. These other ones, they really don't look that good. This one I had to retransplant. Don't know what the issue is, but hey, we'll keep trying. I do pick up a lot of palm trees, some fan palms that I've pulled. They're growing really good. Have no idea what this tree is, but it's growing decently. Now over here, the other 4 trees I still have in the backyard because they actually went to bloom. There's 2 plum trees in front. This one here has some pretty good fruit set on it. The second 2 here and back are peach trees. You've got some decent peaches starting to grow out onto them. You've got some bigger sets here. So they flowered up and came through. Now in my hoop area, I actually planted a couple of sets of lettuce. I've got some romaine lettuce going and some, I forget what type this here is, but they're both leaf lettuce, and they grow really good in these beds. I made some hoops when I covered them out. I throw them all in by seeds, and put plastic covering over it. Down here at the end here, I have broccoli growing. Now it looks like there's a couple of transplants here. This here looks like an oak tree. And over here, when I dug up last year, I actually had potatoes growing in here, and I must have not picked one up, so I got a potato plant growing. Hopefully the bugs won't eat these until they get bigger, and we'll have some other ones. I actually planted some more of the broccoli and the rest of my seedlings in here, and for some reason in the small little containers they just don't do as well. Maybe it's the fertilizer I have in the raised beds or not. I do have 2 carrots in this raised beds. We planted carrots in here last year and none of them came up, but now we have 1 carrot there growing and 1 carrot there growing. This is the spinach that I grew actually last year, and it went all through winter, and it did pretty good. Leaves are pretty big. I probably can cut them out and start picking it. I'm probably going to take some of this and let it go to seed, and then see if I can plant the other seeds and let it grow. But I'll let it grow the rest of this year and see if it'll flower. In this bare area over here, that's where the apple trees were. So what we'll do is, I need to clean this area out. I'll probably get it all raked up and cleared out. Pull some of the weed cloth that I have down up. So I'd like to just plant corn in this area and see how good the corn went. When I put the trees out here 2 years ago, we did a huge 3-inch cover of wood chips. All those wood chips have basically have composted down, and there's the big layer of my cloth here now. So I'll probably pull all that up, pull the cloth up, and work that into the soil so I can plant stuff in here. Eventually, sometime today, I'll probably be getting into my IBC totes. I need to actually clean them out and dump rainwater back into them. I've got rainwater storage and 55-gallon drums here and there, and I'll transfer that over. There's another storm coming in, so we'll see about getting a pipe over here to where I can get these things filled back up to have 600 gallons to water the garden and stuff. Here in the front yard, we have most of all of our citrus. This tree here is a grapefruit. This here's the first year it actually bloomed like this. I've got more blooms on this. There's hummingbirds that come by here and hit. We have a tree that I got from my mother-in-law's, a Japanese maple, that will grow and basically move it into the property in Nevada. This here's a Myers lemon. Last year I pulled 135 lemons off this, and then what we did is we juiced all the lemons down and made lemon juice out of it, that this summer I will actually make lemonade out of it. In the back over here, this tree here and the 3 trees here are all grapefruit trees again. These here actually came from my mom. We took all 3 of these plants that were in one little plant, and we actually drove them from their house back to here 3 years ago in the back of the PT Cruiser, and they have been transplanted into these bigger pots. These trees here will actually go to Nevada. They'll actually have to go into a greenhouse. Hey, I do have some flowering in one. I have some flowering here up at the top tree. First time this one's flowered. This here's another grapefruit tree that is starting to flower. And then up front here, get my drip water irrigation. Back to this tree. This tree here is one of my peach trees that we pulled off of an apartment complex. It was in a small pot. We put it in the bigger pot. and now it grows pretty good. Has a nice fruit set onto it. It creates nice peach trees. Hopefully I can get the branches to level out, but this one here will go out and go into our backyard at the property in Nevada. So that's an update on the garden. I've got more trees and I know what to do with them. Put them all in pots so they're all movable, and they will all go back up to our property, and you'll see them being put into greenhouses, and see how you can grow citrus up into high desert. That's the update on the garden. I'll see what I can do with the strawberries they're planting, to see if they're gonna do anything this year or not. I might do 2 of them that I have to put back in, and actually put some dirt into them and see if the dirt helps fertilize them more, and the water in the tube just basically waters them, and the dirt will soak up the water that it needs. But we'll see how it goes. I'll do another update in about 2 weeks to see how they're going and see how the garden's going. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.